Dire team ban.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Game Show Global Esport Cup. It's the losers match, going to be between Monkey Freedom Fighters, who lost versus Pub players,
Ban.
and No Logic Gaming, who technically lost up against Danish Bears because they just couldn't come in time.
Ban.
So there's that. It's kind of awkward for No Logic, but it's not over for them yet. If they beat Monkey Freedom Fighters here, and then beat Danish Bears next, they'll be good to go. So that's the state of the group, and that's that one's going to be coming up next. So winner of this is going to be facing up against Danish Bears, the team who just lost up against Pub players. I'm Mikelorus, going to be your only caster for today. Let's see what we have going on in this draft. In Game 1, Monkey Freedom Fighters had a kind of an awkward draft. Their Alchemist was picked up. It was played by Sing Sing, and it really didn't do anything. It tried to get farm, but it was constantly bouncing between lanes, constantly getting picked off by the Slark, who just got a little bit ahead and therefore got very far ahead. So, well, they're not going to have the same strategy. It's going to be something very different in this game. But, yeah, Monkey Freedom Fighters also, crucially, were going up against an Ember Spirit and a Slark, and had a Rubik Telekinesis as their only form of real CC. They had a Vacuum for from Darkseer, which is nice, but not good enough. So it's, yeah, going to be a little bit of an interesting draft to see from Monkey Freedom Fighters. It's also going to be pretty interesting to see what No Logic Gaming are going to go for, as we haven't seen them yet. Oh man, I didn't do my homework. I don't know who Isolated or Morsuka are, although I'm pretty sure I've seen this this icon before. I'll try to check it out when we're in game.
5 seconds remaining.
1 second, guys.
Reserve
There we go.
time.
Okay, so they're going to open up with an IO. Now, I feel like whenever I see Excalibur nowadays, he's always on the Tiny. He's always with an IO.
Dire team.
So, might as well just go for that. It's a pretty solid opening. If you don't have, if you have access to the IO, you might as well try to pick him up, because it lets you get that easy 1-2 punch. For Monkey Freedom Fighters, going to be Ember Spirit, going to be that Night Stalker. Going to be a very different game for them. It's most likely just going to be Ember Spirit either towards the safe lane or either towards mid. Doesn't really matter that much. Night Stalker going to take towards the off.
Dire team.
And,
ban.
well, they're okay at dealing with the IO Tiny. Ember Spirit, namely, can just escape from those two heroes. Night Stalker can sometimes escape as well, but Crippling Fear up against Tiny is actually a pretty big deal. If missing 50% of your attacks, yeah, Crippling Fear mischance is very easy to overlook if you're someone like IO or Tiny. And as far as keeping each other safe or keeping heroes safe, well, Night Stalker wants to dive heroes. If he's not diving the IO, then the IO is going to be there to either bail out that dive's target or heal them up, in which case they'll kind of also bail them out. I meant with the relocate first. But either relocate or just tether them and heal them. Either way, usually good times. We'll see what No Logic Game want to go for afterwards. They're not really going to ban out many of the traditional IO counters. It's going to be Monkey Freedom Fighters actually to ban out the Winter Wyvern, which is kind of curious. Usually, as soon as the enemy picks up an IO, you want the Winter Wyvern so that you can, use the curse on the IO, have the Tiny kill the IO easy, and even just poke at them in lane a little bit. Because you do have a partnership there, like IO Tiny acting as one unit, yet they're two units. You always have a target to bounce your Splinter Blast off of. Not really going to be like the most compelling reason to pick up Winter Wyvern, but it does mitigate that weakness of that skill, in that you might not always be able to bounce it. For Monkey Freedom Fighters, though, they're going to grab a Bane. Now, I don't really like the Bane right here, but they can make it work if they actually make use of the positioning, or the setup tool, rather. Nightmare into Ember Spirit walk-in with the chains is okay, but it's nothing really to be super scared of, unless they had something like an Ancient Apparition on top of that. Like, I really like that combo. Then, yeah, go ahead, go for it. Someone like Alina can be a pretty reasonable setup, or pretty reasonable follow-up to the setup, rather. But usually you don't really want to first pick a Bane up against the IO Tiny combo. It does do okay. You Nightmare the Tiny, you grip one, or you just lower their damage output with the Enfeeble. It's not terrible from the Bane. For Monkey Freedom Fighters, I don't really know what their game plan is going to be. Like, are they going to try to just like dive with the Night Stalker? Are they going to try to be aggressive? Dazzle is still in the pool if they wanted to do that. Do they want any answers to this IO Tiny? Bane is an okay one. Maybe they were trying to bank on grabbing the Darkseer here. Because Darkseer is also a pretty reasonable one up against the IO Tiny. Grab the Darkseer, drop a wall on the IO Tiny, you're good to go. Get a nice big Tiny illusion to help you out. But it's not going to be happening as No Logic Gaming obviously have that themselves. So I still like the Disruptor here. I mean, it's super good versus IO Tiny. It's really great versus the Darkseer. The problem with that hero is that it doesn't really work that well with Bane. I guess you can kind of trap them in the field after Nightmare. It's kind of a roundabout way of setting up, though. We'll see what Monkey Freedom Fighters want to actually go for. Like, I'm assuming it's going to be Ember Spirit in the safe lane at this point, so they can always grab a mid laner. Someone like a Wind Ranger. We see Magnus's banned out. Respect banned towards Arise. But also, let's be honest, Magnus and Ember Spirit is so dirty. Just getting the cleave already with the Battle Fury and Sleight of Fist is obnoxious. Getting 100% or like 80% cleave is even worse. But they're still taking their sweet time. Yapzor, what's it going to be? He played a pretty good Rubik last game, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be assigned to Bane. And they really are lacking CC effects to deal with Darkseer. Batrider, wow. Okay, I have seen Batrider once in this patch, or as of late, and then No Logic Gaming instantly grabbed the Legion Commander. Okay, they're kind of crowded in the melee. Skywrath Mage is looking pretty reasonable here, although maybe banning out the Vengeful Spirit would be a little better here for Monkey Freedom Fighters, trying to protect the Batrider a little bit. There's not a ton of follow-up to a lasso. Like, you could get the kills pretty easily just by working them down, Brain Sap, Chains, whatever. But I'm still not sure what the Monkey Freedom Fighters' plan necessarily is with this. Like, you blink in, grab someone, then, like, Brain Sap them. I do like the Dazzle ban. Means that, well, Legion Commander's not going to be losing any duels anytime soon. But still, Batrider's lasso is something that they can still snap eventually. If they decide to pick up a hero that can do that. Batrider, most of the time, going to go towards offlane with the backup plan and jungling. So it looks like it's going to be a support Night Stalker, or 4-position Night Stalker with Bane. Undying's going to be banned out, actually, by No Logic. Again, I've only seen Batrider once, and I'm not really sure how well it's going to work out in this patch. You can instantly just get Avatos and killed off. Well, I mean, to be fair, that can happen to anyone, but it's a Razor pick here from Monkey Freedom Fighters. Okay, I like this one. Now, usually, Razor versus IO Tiny is a pretty decent matchup. That in and of itself is pretty good. But outside of that, now outside of the weakness of the fact that you have a Bane Night Stalker as kind of a supporting duo, maybe Batrider like jungling with Bane supporting, who knows? But you actually have use of the Nightmare on Bane now. Like, you can actually just steal some damage, put him to sleep, and then suddenly Tiny's hitting for nothing, even though he should be hitting for like 100-something, because Razor's stolen it all. So that's the upside here for Monkey Freedom Fighters. That being said, their lanes aren't really looking super strong. I mean, No Logic Gaming's lanes aren't looking incredible either. Seems like it's a mid lane, IO Tiny, safe lane, Legion Commander, off lane, Darkseer, just looking for that final support to go for that Legion, to go with that Legion rather. We also have seen teams go for IO Legion Commander in the past. It's a Venomancer pick for them. So that's going to be the follow-up with the Legion Commander. So most likely it is just going to be a Legion Venomancer dual lane up on top. And no matter who is going to be going up against that, most likely it's going to be Batrider. Most of the time it is going to be him. So you just Gale him, you work him down. You may not get the kill every single time, but it's a lot of free damage to the Batrider that he can't really return. And just Galing up a Batrider means that he's not going anywhere anytime soon. I would like to see that Vengeful Spirit. Not really a great hero versus Night Stalker, unfortunately. Gets cut to shreds by the Ember Spirit, but then again, so does Venomancer. It offers them the instant way of snapping that lasso. That is something that you have to worry about if you're a Batrider every single time. But here we go, NLG. They have yet to play a game. Let's see how they can perform. They're going to be putting Excalibur on the Tiny. As I said, he always plays that Tiny whenever I see him, it seems. We got Spartan on the IO. Morisuka. Let's see. I'm sure this pops up on OBS. So you guys can see it. Whatevs. You can do some research with me. Okay, it's RMN. That's where I saw it. RMN is on the Legion Commander, who's isolated. Let's do some homework. And Nico Baby. Right? No, it's Relax. I saw Nico, so I'm like, oh, Nico. No, it's Relax. He's going to be on the Darkseer. I'm not going to remember any of this, by the way, guys. It's going to be Relax on the Darkseer. I already don't remember who... RMN is on the Legion Commander. Got Milan on the Venomancer as the last player. And, of course, when RMN comes back, we can actually get going. For the Monkey Freedom Fighters side, Beaver Knight is going to be handling the Ember Spirit. Arise is on the mid Razor. Got Yapzor on the Night Stalker, Boots first on him, and Arrow or Demon is going to be on the Batrider, like just Kebab on the Bane. Interesting to see a 4-position Night Stalker. It's been quite a long time since I've seen this, actually. 9 times out of 10, at least since the new patch, he's been going towards that off lane, using the extra regen to sustain himself. Maybe grab 1, maybe 2 tangos. Not tangos, mangoes. Yeah, I said mangoes. They rhyme. So what? And then just out regen. Try to get a couple more levels out of it. Where is Ditya and Nikwa? That is a good question. NLG did just lose Ditya. Rumors. Ditya in EG instead of Navi? Oh, instead of Sumail. Okay. Well, guys, you heard it here first. Nikwa to Alliance and Ditya to EG. There's no way that this intel can be wrong. No way at all. Oh god, I love this banter. But yeah, so 4th position Night Stalker typically tends to struggle for levels. Usually during the first nighttime phase, he's level 2. Yeah, he may have boots first, so he's going to be able to get in and get out to keep up with the voids. But you really want to be a little bit stronger than that. Level 3, level 4 is where you really want to be, but it's not really where you can be. Looks like our men's back. So NLG, we'll see if they're able to get this IO Tiny safety, get the Legion Commander, save time to farm. It really does feel like it's going to be up to the Monkey Freedom Fighter side to do something first, however. Like they need the Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider, jump in, start lassoing people, apply pressure with the Night Stalker. Make sure you're applying pressure with the Razor as well. You know, Razor doesn't do the worst in the late game, but you would rather like to have him be on the aggressive early on if you can help it. They're just going to move on forward and see what they can get, or at least guarantee that top rune. I already introduced everyone. Looks like they're all going to say good luck again. Actually, our man didn't because he was disconnected, so yeah, there you go. And we might actually have these teams run into each other. This is where the Radiant have a slight advantage. They can go more uphill than the Dire side. So this bounty rune, if it is contested, I don't know, it's actually going to be pretty even. Razor is an immense powerhouse with Static Link. Bane is pretty darn good, as is Bat Rider in those level 1 fights. So with that turn rate reduction of the Sticky Napalm. But at the same time, you have an IO here. Well, it doesn't have the bottle, so he really does need to get this bounty rune. It looks like the bottom lane is actually going to be grabbed by Demon. And Excalibur is going to move forward. Arise wants to fight this one. IO is up on the high ground. Should he be there? They're going to put an Observer Ward down, so they see absolutely everyone. But will that actually matter? Gale is pretty good level 1. What does the Legion Commander actually want to level up here? I'm not really sure if anything's going to really help out. Taking away this bounty rune away from Spartan is huge. Arise needs the static link. They're hesitant. And they're not going to go for it. Bounty rune actually grabbed by the Tiny. So Spartan's going to be a little bit slower to get his bottle. Rest assured, though, it will come up eventually. In the meantime, bottom lane, Darkseer was able to grab it. And that's going to give him a quicker soul ring. But man, look at this. Double Mango for Tango. Yes. And, well, Isolated is going to be pretty well off up against this Bat Rider. He's going to want to chow down on the Clarity as soon as possible and grab a stick. It's so much more important for him to grab a stick than the completed Soul Ring. And Soul Ring is great on the Darkseer, but you know that up against a Bat Rider, you're going to be at 10 stick charges most of the time. Maybe you can upgrade it to a wand. I'm not sure if that's necessarily worth it. Up towards top lane, Chain's going to land onto Morsuka. Armin in a little bit of trouble right now. Yapzor's ready to use the Void. Gale going to fly through, only connect onto Beaver Knight. Grab now with the Nightmare, but again, they can't really set up for anything. They have another Void in 1 second. They put a little bit of damage into Milan. Not lethal damage, but at least to force out a little bit of extra regen, although he is dropping very low very quickly. Night Stalker is level 1 damage of an absolute powerhouse. 64 is very high. 59 not too bad either for the Bane. But this is going to force out some very, very quick regen. Unfortunately, now Yapzor is completely out of mana. And Bane's the only one with the clarity here, so Yapzor, well, he has another Void. Not sure if that's quite going to be good enough, but this top lane for NLG, not exactly what they expected. Offensive tri-lane here for Monkey Freedom Fighters. I mean, it's going to be just fine for the Darkseer versus the Bat Rider. The matchup is very good for the Darkseer, especially if he is going to grab that magic stick. But up towards top, I mean, Ember Spirits, this is what Monkey Freedom Fighters tried to do in the first game. Beaver Knight ended up with absolutely nothing. And it seems like this time he's going to get a little bit more than last game, since they have so much kill potential up against just the dual lane. And there are no heroes that NLG can put up on this top lane to really make this better. Like, it's just IO as the other support, and IO's going to have to stay with Tiny, otherwise Razor's going to walk all over the Rockman. So they're stuck with the dual lane up here. So this is, I think, a much better laning assortment for this game for Monkey Freedom Fighters than the last. Still, how much farm are they going to get onto this Ember Spirit? How much farm are they going to deny to the Legion Commander? She still can last it with overwhelming odds. Off-lane Legion Commander used to kind of be a thing. That means overwhelming odds, well, you can last it okay with it. It's kind of expensive, and yeah, it does do quite a bit of damage. But you won't be able to last it forever with it. Even YapzOr are going to interrupt the pull. Look at this play from Monkey Freedom Fighters. They're locking down this top lane so hard. Dragging the entire creep wave away. Not even the range creep can get aggroed off by those harpies. And this is going to be just a straight up one lane, it seems, for Monkey Freedom Fighters. Even if they don't kill off anyone up top, just by pushing Legion Commander out, keeping the Venomancer from getting experience, that in and of itself is a win. And of course, towards the mid lane, Arise up against 2 is one of the tankier heroes, ranged heroes in the game in the Razor. Even though at level 1 he's not like super tanky, he does get very tanky very quickly. Up towards top lane, our men in a little bit of trouble. Trade hits, not something you want to be doing up against a Night Stalker and a Bane. But the Tiny rather, he's gonna get hit pretty hard by the Razor. He has no armor, first of all, which doesn't exactly help. But outside of that, once you start dealing the damage as Arise, not much that Excalibur can actually do about it except for try to run away. Yeah, he does have boots, so he's gonna be able to run away slightly faster. But yeah, the Razor can get those kills. And oh, speaking of getting kills, Demon's gonna go deep for Isolated. 8 stacks of Napalm. Just one touch of the Firefly, and Isolated is gonna fall. Magic Stick, there's 3 charges, but you have to make sure that you don't get that much Napalm applied. That is just a death sentence at that point. Like, hell, even at 5 stacks, you're like, oh shit, I really gotta get out of here because I might die. The Batrider gonna grab level 5. And I said that the matchup was really good for the Darkseer, and I still maintain that, but that assumes, of course, the Darkseer isn't going to be stacked up that high in the Napalm. That means Demon is going to be pretty happy in this lane. What does he have flying out to him? Seems like it's just going to be his bottle. And he's going to be just in time for the 4-minute rune. Ain't that something? Yeah, Demon's going to be happy with that, and he's closing into his level 6 very quickly. Probably just straight Blink Dagger rush for Demon. And for Isolated, he's going to go right back to the lane as per normal. But as promised, first nighttime phase, only 4 minutes in the game. Ever since they changed it from 4 to 6, this support Night Stalker has been kind of mediocre. Is going to try to go for a kill onto Spartan right now. IO orbs are going to see him, it seems. Or at least he pinged it out. Spartan kind of taunting with it. But if they actually do land a void onto Spartan with a damage drain from the Razor, they can very easily take these kills down. Unfortunately, every single rotation is currently spotted by not 1 but 2 Dire Observer wards. The YapzOr is definitely going to be spotted out here by the IO sooner or later. He's going to dive right in towards Spartan, but Spartan has a tether away and a Tiny right behind him. He's going to get away straight to Excalibur, who has the Avatos combo. 240 mana is up. He's going to Avalanche, completely botch it, and now they might actually go down here. Here comes some neutrals. They're going to toss up Kabap right now, get the Brain Sap onto Spartan. Now the damage down to Excalibur. Spartan does fall to the Night Stalker. Excalibur napping and losing damage rapidly. Has a toss, but I don't think it's actually going to save him. Buyback from the IO. Excalibur, though, just going to get worked down by Arise. He's going to fall. Beaver Knight also is here for some reason. Wanted to help or something like that. IO bought back for absolutely nothing. I don't really know why you buy back there as IO. You cannot save your Tiny even if you tether in for the bottle. He's just taking so much damage. 100 at whip. That is just way too much. Especially for a 0 armor hero. And did Isolated... Oh, it's his brown name that's like preventing me from reading the amount of napalm stack. That's really annoying. Stupid. Don't give Darkseer to the brown player. Just don't do that, please. For the caster's sake. But Arise is pretty happy with that. 1-0-1, and he's going to be working with a little bit of extra regen now that he has his bottle delivered back to him as well. And for Excalibur, yeah, I mean, he still can recover, of course. Tiny's explosiveness in the mid game, not to be underestimated. But not a great start for the NLG mid lane. And I guess the Legion Commander gets a little bit of experience in the meantime, but I think the weirdest part of that fight was the fact that Sing Sing actually left to try to help out. That just wasn't going to happen ever, I feel. He's so far away, not level 6 either. Batrider is going to try to jack the stack of the NLG side, is going to be spotted out by an Observer Ward. Does see everyone coming in with an Observer Ward of his own. He has Firefly, so he's not really in a ton of trouble, and they're actually trying to go for Milan right now. YapzOr's going to cut him off. Misoka is here, but Milan's already taking so much damage from the Void. Here comes the IO, trying to heal up Milan just a little bit. They get the Gale onto Arrow, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to get up to the high ground. Avalanche toss onto the Razor with quite a bit of damage, but not quite lethal amounts. He'll die in the end, but they'll lose the Tiny as well. And now Isolated is going to arrive, drops a wall. Can't really do that much with it. Arrow's stuck on the high ground. He'll teleport out. He'll be fine. YapzOr and Beaver Knight just going to calmly walk away. They lose the Razor in exchange for 2, and Well, looks like the rest of the heroes have pulled out. Kebab in the meantime is just free farming down towards bottom lane, getting closer and closer to that Fiend's Grip mark. Not only just the Fiend's Grip, just leveling up Brain Sap. There's a 300 damage nuke at max level. That's no joke. And it heals also, because that seems fair. Brain Sap is actually just like one of the most ridiculous skills in Dota. Like seriously, 300 nuke is fine. Pure damage is even better. Heal on top of that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How is that fair? And he's going to get an additional level of that very soon. Isolated is going to return. Unfortunately, he returns empty-handed. He does have his arcane boots. Awkward soul ring recipe in his inventory for sure. But it looks like the lane swap is going to occur. Demon still kind of wants to clear out these stacks, but it seems like Excalibur and Spartan might be forced to clear it off a little bit earlier than they really would like. They still can do it since it's level 6 tiny, so definitely very possible. But it's Monkey Freedom Fighters with the firm control of the game. That was just the first nighttime as well. Level 4 now up in the Night Stalker, almost level 5, has his urn completed. So during the second nighttime phase, as I always say, is when the Night Stalker really sets the pace of the game. If you can get a kill with the first nighttime phase, usually you're pretty happy. Getting into the second nighttime phase with a little bit of advantage, good times. Good times for the Night Stalker. And 5-1, Sing Sing this time, farming up quite happily. 1,700, almost 1,800 gold in the Ember Spirit. You can grab drums if he wants to, alternatively just go for the swords. It seems like this might be a drums game. What it's going to be. He could also just go straight travels. If you're always wandering around as a Bat Rider looking for picks, travels might not be a bad idea. He already has shown that he kind of wants to be participating in these fights. We'll see what he actually wants to go for. I don't really think it matters too much. Both will help him quite a lot. Sold something. I don't know what he sold. By the way, for NLG, they clear off the stack. They have level 6 now in the Legion Commander. Unfortunately for the Legion Commander, getting those dual victories is going to be a little bit difficult in this game. You have to partner up with your IO Tiny. You really don't want your IO Tiny to have to go with your Legion Commander every single time. Eventually, she'll get to a point with the Blade Mail up where she could just, and the Blink Dagger, she could just start the duel. They relocate in and then instantly get the kill afterwards. That's not going to be for a very long time, however. And travels. Yeah, travels up in the Ember Spirit. Man, it's so weird that nowadays travels are like an item that people can go for first. Used to be it was just Tinker, like no one else, but now it's like freaking everybody. Everyone wants that mobility. Of course, Ember Spirit, whenever he uses travels, doesn't actually have to commit to the TP, since he could just leave a remnant where he is teleporting from and bounce back at his leisure. And I expect to see that a couple times in this game, since, again, Sing Sing wants to be participating with the Absol's Night Stalker, but he also just doesn't want any missing farm, so it's the best of both worlds, really. Darkseer and Legion Commander now on this bottom lane. I don't know why they're both here. They really shouldn't be both here. They're going to run into Arise's Razor, who's going to not get the double damage route, unfortunately. Not going to get the deny out either. But this is just chill time for Monkey Freedom Fighters. They are in no rush whatsoever. They just want to sit back and wait for the next nighttime phase. In that time, the Blink Dagger will be up on Demon, so they can start the nighttime phase off with a Bat Rider gank as opposed to a Night Stalker gank. Look at this. They clearly want Demon to get that Blink Dagger. Giving him the last hits. What a good guy, that Arise. Yeah, he's going to grab that one. Usually want to grab a smoke as well. It's typically the move we used to see from Bat Riders, let's say. We don't see Bat Riders anymore, at least not too often. Yeah, Blink Dagger, smoke, instantly get a kill. It is maybe a little bit difficult in a hero as tanky as Tiny, especially with an IO behind him. But it's far from impossible, and it's definitely still worth going for. Oh, and it looks like the Bane is going to buy it up. What a good guy, that Kebab. So, here we go. Smoke up. And I think NLG should know about this. They saw the Bat Rider in the mid lane, saw he still had no items, so they should have a pretty good idea about how close he is to his Blink Dagger. The Darkness is actually going to be used. The Absol is trying to restrict the vision from NLG. Demon's smoke is going to burst, and he's going to guess the wrong direction. That's unfortunate. And the Darkness is mostly going to fade, but by the time Darkness ends, the real nighttime is going to kick in. They're actually going to catch up to Isolated right now. Blink forward. Bat Rider is going to catch him in the lasso. It's not the Blink lasso combo that they wanted, but it's the one they deserve. They're going to get the kill on the Dark Tier, chaining him down. No surge available. They'll get the kill very easily onto Beaver Knight as well. So Sing Sing swooping in this time, going to grab the kill. They definitely saw the Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider. It is possible that they didn't, but I'm assuming they did because they're good players. Yeah, just blink at the lasso. That in and of itself is a pain in the ass to deal with now for NLG. And now that they know about it, I mean, they're just going to have to make sure that Spartan is a little bit further behind so that he can relocate out to the likes of Excalibur or Armament if they get caught. Oh, but a haste rune for Bat Rider. Oh, that's a good one. In a minute, it's going to be a good one. He'll hold that one until then, I'm sure, if he can. But now it's the real nighttime phase, as I said, using darkness into the nighttime phase, and Night Stalker power treads earn. Still getting a little bit of free experience up towards top lane. Would love to have that point in Crippling Fear. Don't think he can get it, at least, I mean, he might be able to get it, but it's going to take him a long time. So he might not want to get it up towards top lane, especially since his wave is pushing in towards a tower. He's going to clean up a couple of these Plague Wards and actually do give a little bit of gold, a little bit of experience, nothing too substantial. But in case you guys have forgotten, Milan is actually in this game. Like, there is a Venomancer here for NLG. And relocate in onto Yapzor. He's going to get the Void out, but Avatos is going to land. Dead Yapzor. Arise is going to arrive with a straight blink out from the Tiny. They're going to jump forward with Beaver Knight. Look for Milan. Chain him down. That's a dead Venomancer right there. Has no Gale. Maybe looking for a deny to the neutrals. But, oh, relocate out from the IO is actually going to save him. The Tiny was able to escape the old-fashioned witch by walking. And where did the IO relocate? Oh, no, the IO relocated into that fight, so he yanked him out. Wow. I didn't even realize Spartan was going to make some serious plays and end up with a Night Stalker kill. And that is not really worth a whole lot for NLG, but killing off Night Stalker means that there's, you know, X amount of time where the Night Stalker is not going to be looking for your own heroes. Excalibur, oh, needs to blink out. He doesn't have it. He's going to hit with the lasso, now dragged right back into the Sing Sing Beaver Knight. And that's going to be Ember Spirit grabbing the kill. Spartan's going to arrive for some reason, instantly getting hit with the Crippling Fear. Kabab is here with the grip. Spartan's also going to fall, although the grip is going to be canceled. Okay, well, Spartan's going to get bumped back a little bit. Firefly's going to wear off. Masuka looking for a duel. Really can't find it here. Isolated can hit pretty hard with the Plasma Field. Milan as well. Damage stolen now. Onto Arise. They drop the wall. And it looks like that wall is actually going to function as a physical wall, preventing MFF from going forward. He definitely did cancel that grip, right? Like, I'm not just tripping balls. Pretty sure he voluntarily stopped that one. Well, either way, it's going to be the Bane to not get that kill. It is still going to be a kill on the Tiny. And it is still nighttime, and Night Stalker is going to cast Darkness for some reason. Doesn't do anything anymore. I mean, I guess it decreases their vision. They're not really planning on anything, but Sing Sing is farming up a lot right now. He should have his drums. No, he got Poor Man's Shield and Bracer. And he just got involved in 2 kills, so we can only assume he's going to have some sort of additional item up. I feel like 5,300 net worth should be a little bit more than what's in his inventory. 27, 30, yeah, that should be more, I think. I don't know. Again, I might just be tripping balls. That is a very high possibility. 7-2, and in the second nighttime phase, it's going to start drying up. Yapzor has died once, gotten a kill for the team, and is looking for another. They see Isolated, and Yapzor is going to spring into action right now. Demon's right behind him with the Blink Lasso. Now, Bat Rider by himself doesn't do a ton of damage, but here comes the Beaver Knight. They're going to void up Isolated, make sure he doesn't teleport out. They don't even need the Lasso, actually. They'll kill him off without it. Bat Rider this time with the Firefly is going to grab it, but Dark's here just not having a great time versus this Bat. In lane, or even outside of lane. Now, straight smoke up, however, relocate up toward top lane. Kabab in a lot of trouble. He's going to get dueled up and tossed up to death. Bane going to give the first stack of damage to Legion Commander, but it may not be for free, because we have Yapzor and Arrow looking for blood over towards mid lane. It's only going to be onto Milan's Venomancer. Not a terribly huge deal, but they could also wander right through mid. Go for Spartan. Seems like that's what Yapzor wants. Smoke will hold, and Arrow, he has Firefly now back up. He is going to pop it in Observer Ward range. If they were watching, there's no icons from that one. They're going to jump forward, look for Spartan, look for Excalibur, find neither. Void up, and Spartan has no relocate. They're going to bump him back a little bit. Arrow, though, not willing to commit the lasso. And now Milan's going to arrive. Can't do anything about the TPing out Bat Rider. Get the kill on the Satyr. I guess that's something. I think they did not know that the relocate was still on cooldown. Otherwise, they go for that. I mean, they just killed off the Bane up towards top, so I'm not really sure why they didn't fully commit. Maybe they figured no matter who we go for, we're not going to have enough firepower. I think that's also reasonable. Now it's going to be the third daytime, and, well, after all is said and done, still the Tiny's on top of the net worth chart. Has the Blink Dagger, but hasn't really been able to use it super effectively. At least not nearly as effectively as Demon. Arrow's been doing some serious work right now, and Sing Sing, 1,300 gold towards, I would assume, his first sword. They're going to jump in onto Isolated. They grab him with the lasso. However, this is a trap. Spartan has no relocate, but there's an avalanche toss right around the corner. They're going to go straight for Kabab, bring him down in an even one-for-one trade. That's not really a trade that NLG should be happy to make. It's only a Bane. He's worth the least in this game. And, well, they're not going to get Sing Sing. They're not going to get Demon. They're deep in the trees, and they're free and away. NLG rotating a whole bunch of heroes here. Relocate up towards top lane. This is Yapzor we're talking about, though. This guy is fast. Blink forward. Avalanche toss going to intercept him. And He is still alive, however, with the stick charges. He's going to get a kill before he goes down, so a little bit of extra experience there for the Night Stalker. Excalibur is stuck up here. That's unfortunate for him, but man, Arise coming in and making that an even trade. May not be done yet, actually, because here comes Beaver Knight right into Masuka. Kabap is going to start the grip, and Beaver Knight can't actually get in there to right-click. I think this shouldn't matter. He's still going to get the kill anyway. Legion Commander, although with the heal, no, it's not going to do it. They do get the Brain Sap for the kill. Milan now going to get put to sleep. Avalanche toss onto Beaver Knight, going to drop him down to half HP. There is no poison effect on him outside of the Nova, however, so though it may drop him to 1 HP, he still will survive. Poison Nova, guys, is not lethal. You will not die to it. You will die to a Poison Sting or Gale or anything else, but not to the Nova itself. So they get the kill very easily onto Legion Commander, even after a little bit of unfortunate creep body blocking from the from all the creeps, really. That Beaver Knight could not get in there. He's gonna jump across, see a half HP Venomancer though, poke him in the face and kill him. Okay, well, I mean, Venomancer sure is dead now, right? 4-0-3 on the Ember Spirit, has Perseverance completed. This is gonna be an Ember Spirit game. And it might even be a little bit of a Bat Rider game as well. They're sitting in the Roche pit, not to go for Roche because Bat Rider is absolutely terrible at that. They want to go for a gank on this bottom lane. This time it is Darkseer and Legion Commander, however. It is a lot. They're waiting, I think, for some poor sucker to come into this area so they could bring up to the cliff and then slowly kill him at their own leisure. No one's going in that direction. I mean, even if that happens, you can always relocate them out. It's not, or toss them out even, if you can find an angle. And you have a Blink Dagger, so you definitely can find the angle. What's going on here? Patience. Soon they'll go for the Roche, and then we will strike. Oh, it might actually work out. Masuka spotted Kabap with the Nightmare. Can they get him this far? I don't think they can. They'll decide to leave. I think that's the right decision. I don't know what that was about, guys, but hey, sometimes you just gotta go for those cheesy plays, because putting a hero on the cliff is hilarious. To me, at least. I'm sure it's not hilarious to NLG. They don't really appreciate that, I'm sure. SNY almost up in the Razor. That's a pretty big item. We got the Battle Fury almost completed on the Sing Sing Ember Spirit. Night Stalker working on that Aghanim Scepter, so soon they'll have the full vision. And once you join that Night Stalker up with Bat Rider, whether smoked up or not, whenever they see someone, they'll be damn sure to get them. The Aghanim Scepter's up on Tiny as well with that Blink Dagger. They're actually going to run into Yapzor right now. Toss forward Legion Commander into a duel. Yapzor's going to take an avalanche. Couple right clicks, but here comes a triple jump in from Beaver Knight, doing so much damage. They're not going to win the duel. They will get the kill. Now grip onto Masuka right now. Should be enough to kill him off as Arrow does jump straight in. Can't get last off just yet, but he does grab Excalibur in the end and kills him off. Ember Spirit is going to survive out of that one. Got hit with a lot of poison, but he's going to TP out. Demon will not be as lucky. Looks like Arise will get back to base as well in an ultimate 2-for-1 trade in favor of NLG, losing the Tiny, however, in exchange for even those two. Not really super worth it. Like, Night Stalker, again, is worth third from the bottom, and Bat Rider, he's worth quite a bit, but losing your Tiny, man, is super expensive for the NLG side. The fact that Ember Spirit, he showed off the full extent of his damage output and got out of there alive. Yeah, Beaver Knight is going to be doing a lot more once he gets to that battlefield. You can rest assured about that. I think the Bat Rider jumped in, got craggied. I want to say that's what happened, or he just got by like a random stone from the avalanche. By the way, they're looking for Armman up towards top, and the Yapzor, his smoke is going to blow, so they know exactly the fact that there's someone here. They don't know who it is, but I don't really think they care either. They can just go for this dive no matter what, especially since they now know it's just the Legion Commander. There's the Nightmare. Arise going to close in, look, steal some damage. Yapzor is going to pop him with the Void and the Silence. Masuka's going to put up the Blade Mail, but I'm pretty sure they're okay trading hits with the Legion Commander. They'll kill her off in a hurry and then get the hell out of there. No relocate available just yet in the IO. Still only level 1 ultimate. 14 for 7 right now, and the Monkey Freedom Fighters are fighting for freedom pretty darn well. Demon has another lasso up. Kind of low cooldown once you get it to level 2. 75 seconds for ultimate is very reasonable. He's going to be joined by Beaver Knight, looking for potentially Milan, who's just jungling. This Plague Ward is going to see Yapzor, so he should not die to the Night Stalker. However, running south towards Beaver Knight, not a good idea. Bottom lane tower is being pushed in the meantime. Isolated is grinding down the creep wave with the Ion Shell. Gonna put some damage into this tower. It is defendable by Monkey Freedom Fighters. Here we go. Razor gonna come in. Demons already teleported back. They'll surge themselves out. Will they be greedy and try to look for something? It seems like no. The greed's gonna happen over towards mid lane, where Milan's feeling pretty good, but probably shouldn't, because suddenly a million heroes out of nowhere. Beaver Knight has a spirit to jump to, so he doesn't want to use it to get in, but grip onto Milan as well. Okay, that was kind of unnecessary. You just need to brain sap him to kill him off. I guess he has a Force Staff, so you might as well get the guaranteed kill now. To Spartan, they're going to try to go. He's going to tether away, get quite a bit of distance. Arrow still chasing forward. They get backing back. They get the grip, or the lasso rather, onto Isolated. They purge it right off with Legion Commander. Arrow, though, gets to the high ground. Yapthor stuck on the low ground. We'll get Avatos and brought down. Dual victory for the Legion Commander, but a triple jump in for Beaver Knight. He's going to fully commit to this one, gets the kill immediately, and they also will kill off the Legion Commander with the Nightmare. Isolated will get picked off by the Bat Riders. Damage over time, I think, or some right click, not denying himself to Roshan. Now they're on to Spartan. Has a tether, no things to tether to, though. He's gonna chain down and brought down. 5 kill for Monkey Freedom Fighters, a double kill for Beaver Knight. That was a massacre in the Roshan pit area. Yeah, the Night Stalker goes down, but if you have a hero to take the focus fire of the Avalanche Toss combo, you want it to be the Night Stalker. You want it to be the Night Stalker almost every single time. Yes, Darkseer is relaxed. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the intel. Of course, I'm never gonna remember that because it's hard to remember. 19-8 right now, and Monkey Freedom Fighters are getting so much further ahead. Like, whenever there's a block of green heroes or a block of red heroes on top like that, you know that you're in trouble if you're NLG. It's not even like these heroes fall off super hard into the late game. Like, Razor kind of does. Ember Spirit, though, he sticks around in the late game in a big way. There's been 2 dual victories for the Legion Commander. Tiny's working with a decent amount of damage as well, but just doesn't seem like he has a chance to use it. They're going to see Beaver Knight, can't do anything about it. Sing Sing's just going to jump out of there. Battle Fury now up on him. Battle Fury travels 23 minutes in, seems decent. Unfortunately for Yapzor, he's been dying, so he can't get his Aghanim Scepter anytime soon, but again, not a big deal. Double damage, ooh, now that's something. Can actually fight with this. The nighttime is running out, however there's no darkness. Okay, I don't really know why there's no darkness. Just, again, using it for the vision swing. But they do have a lasso on Demon. And Monkey Freedom Fighters have been using this one pretty religiously. As you should whenever you have a Bat Rider on your side. He now has the Force Staff, so it's not just Blink Lasso, it's Blink Lasso into real initiation. Yeah, but whenever you have a lasso, you want to use it. Keep that spell on cooldown for as long as possible if you can help it. And they have been doing that, at least a pretty good job at that. And LG in the meantime, what are they up to? They have a Force Staff, level 2 ultimate from the Venomancer. It's constantly been picked off, however, it doesn't really matter as long as you have the levels and as long as you get good positioning. You'll be able to do a lot of damage with that Nova. Monkey Freedom Fighters, though, they have pretty tanky oriented heroes, like 1900, 1800 HP. Bat Riders, that 1300 is going to go for BKB, which doesn't like take the Nova off or anything, but it prevents it from doing damage for a little while. Who knows, might be the difference. And the Ember Spirit, of course, has the shield and has the TD back home, so it's gonna be hard to out-damage that shield. Although Kebab's gonna get popped right now. Dual victory. Here comes the reinforcement. Yapzor and an Invisible Razor out of nowhere. Spartan in a lot of trouble right now. Will get bumped down to the low ground. He will actually get away. No, he will die to the Bat Rider, even after having left. Nova goes off. Does quite a bit of damage to the MFF side, but for the NLG side, they lose their IO in exchange for the Bane. Kind of an even trade there. I guess it's not even, since it's the Legion Commander to get the kill with the duel. So it's pretty good for NLG to get that. Not much they can do with this opening, though, from either side, really. But, yeah, this Ember Spirit is farming up very quickly. It's keeping up with this Tiny. Usually Tiny should be on top of the net worth chart by quite the margin, but it's not going to be the case. They have the Razor deal with the Tiny. Maybe not deal with the Tiny, but soft counter him, let's say. Right, as long as he lands that static link on either the Tiny or the Legion Commander, I don't know if Monkey Freedom Fighters can lose the fight from there on out unless they just like all group up way too much for a giant vacuum, have a toss combo or something like that. Or a double damage unit on Tiny. That's a great way for NLG to win these fights. Plus 200 damage on the floor. Yes, please. Right into the Roshan pit they go. They're not spotted right now. I think someone pinged. It must have been Yapzor to ping. But yeah, it's going to be too late. Tiny with the overcharge is already ridiculous enough. Add the press the attack from the Legion Commander, and Roshan is not going to stand a snowball's chance in hell. Now, what can Monkey Freedom Fighters do in the meantime? A minor on to split push, get a couple of items up. They really want the BKB on Razor so that he can sit in the middle and just drain damage before he really gets going. Batrider's still stacking up those Ancients, but this might not be a good idea because Excalibur has the Aghanims. You can clean out that Ancient stack super quickly. I guess you want to get that farm for Sing Sing. There's no guarantee that that's going to happen at all. 27 minutes in, we're 20-9. Currently the gold lead sitting in favor of Monkey Freedom Fighters, although that is not a lead that they cannot throw away. Definitely not over for NLG just yet. And they have a Blink Dagger now to relax. So Blink Vacuum Wall, though it is only level 1 wall, weirdly enough. I kind of want level 2 wall, I think, at this point. I mean, he's level 13 soon, so yeah, I'm sure level 2 wall is going to be coming. AC on the Tiny, Blade Mail, Blink, and Legion Commander. These are all items that say they're ready to fight. But for Monkey Freedom Fighters, they're going to position themselves up towards top lane first. Beaver Knight can travel in here in 19 seconds. So clearing out the Giant Ancient stack is 706. Looks like he's going to go for a Manta Style, actually. Nothing you can actually purge off in this game. Yeah. Like, at all. It's an okay item on Ember Spear, but usually it's just a defensive tool. Like, he wants to be building pure offense. And Manta Style gives you a little bit of offense, but also that necessary defense up against like an Orchid carrier or a Silencer or a not Ancient Apparition, a Skywrath Mage. Ooh. Okay, well, I have not seen this one yet. Okay, I'm just gonna mouse over it so you guys can read it. Grabs both the target as well as the target nearest the allied here within 400 range. Yeah, it does a lot of damage also. Like, 100 damage over 3.5 seconds is 350 damage. It's not a ton, but for an ultimate tool that normally does 0, that's actually not bad at all. Unfortunately for Demon, he's going to be walking right into Ion Shell, so he can't blink after his target. But I'm so excited to see this. I have not seen this before. I'm pretty sure this I'm pretty sure it pierces BKB for both of them. I don't really think that's going to be relevant just yet, but this is actually a ridiculous counter to the Tiny and Io, because why choose between the two? Just get them both. Ooh, it's an Eye of Scotty for Sing Sing. Okay, that's the other ultimate orb item that we often see, or sometimes see on the Ember Spirit. This is basically a concession to the fact that he can still get 100 zeroed by the Tiny, or maybe not 100 to 0, but brought down very quickly. Venomancer also does a hell of a lot of damage, so you need some sort of health item so you don't get instantly popped. That's probably going to be one of his only defensive items in this game, and it also does offer him just a good amount of offense, because Eye of Scotty is just that balanced. But yeah, man, I'm so excited to see this Demon Batrider with the Aghanims. Blink in, lasso both Io Tiny, bring him on a merry chase, group them together a little bit so that Sing Sing can cleave through them. Good times. The problem is that 400 range is very low. Look at the Batrider's range, 375, so just imagine that. The attack range of Batrider is the lasso range. You're not always going to find a target like that. But if you do, you're feeling pretty damn good about it. Masuka, he's spotted. There are no heroes in the area for Monkey Freedom Fighters, and this is actually a bait. Legion Commander is going to run to the Batrider, who's just gonna piece on out of there, deep into the trees. Oh, he's killing them all. Poor trees, never stood a chance. But yeah, Demon's gonna be free and clear. They know about the Aghanim Scepter, and they will try to play around it as best they can, but I don't know how much experience NLG actually have up against this Ag's Batrider. Gotta stay far apart. Legion Commander wants to be close enough to blink, press the attack to purge that lasso off, but can you purge off? If you purge off one, will you purge off the other? Because I'm pretty sure, I've seen it, like in a video where it's like, if they're tethered, you're like, Batrider tethered to Tiny, tethered to Io. If you break this one, does this one also break? I don't know. These are things that I hope to find out in this game. This is a science game, guys. This is definitely a science game, at least for me. I'm not familiar with these mechanics. They're gonna take the tower down. It was pretty much already dead. Here comes a relocate. This is an Io Tiny with the Aegis, but can't find anyone up here. Yapzor almost at his Aghanim Scepter, so he's pretty happy right now. Nighttime will dry out soon, but he has level 2 darkness, so he's pretty much okay to keep on going. Oh, and here we go. Arrow Kabap. Oh, they're in lasso range. Do it! No! Does it actually detect invis units? This is also something I don't know. Here we go. It's the magical train. They're going for a ride. They're going to bring them both down, and now the grip onto Excalibur. Spartan needs to get the relocate out, but he doesn't actually have it. Excalibur is going to get glimmered, but he's going to fall regardless. Night Stalker cleans up the Io. Batrider grabs the Tiny. I want to get off of Demon's Wild Ride. I want to get off of Demon's Wild Ride. That was awesome, guys. Again, that was the first time I've actually casted a Bat Rider with Aghanims. This is the only second time I've casted Bat Rider in this patch. I'm sick and tired of him from the previous patches, let me tell you, but man, that was glorious. And well, now NLG sure as hell know about it. Again, I'm not really sure if it's worth the item investment for the Bat Rider, since you can't guarantee that it's going to land all the time. But damn if it isn't sweet. Gets 2 kills and 1 big kill on the Tiny, and now it's going to open up the door for a little bit of pushing. They have the full vision from the Night Stalker. He doesn't have a gem just yet, but rest assured he will get that one soon enough. And together with the Bat Rider, they'll be able to find and kill off pretty much any single hero or any duo, provided it's nighttime, which unfortunately it's not. So Aghanim Scepter kind of bad now for the Night Stalker. The Bat Rider Illusion, however, is baiting, and Arrow is going to catch another 2. Drag them both up to the high ground. Arise and Beaver Knight are both waiting. Relax is down. Milan is down. I love it. Holy crap. Double Lasso is OP apparently. Now, I kind of hope this isn't going to be a thing, because that means we have to see more Bat Rider. And I'm still, as I said, sick of him from the previous patches. But man, if this isn't sweet. NLG, not expecting that bait. Like, if you see a random illusion there, you figure it's an illusion. Bat Rider put this here because he found an illusion rune. He doesn't want to do anything with it. But no, that time it was a trap. And at this point, the lasso is level 3. So you get the 400 damage, which is already pretty ridiculous, over 2 heroes, which is even more ridiculous. And it is magic, I think? Damned if I know, guys. I'm assuming it's magic. Since, I mean, it's a flaming lasso with firefly, so it's like fire, it's all the same stuff. There's no fire that's pure in this game, I don't think. Searing arrows is physical, but those are arrows. I don't know. Either way, like, this does a lot of damage, but also has a super low cooldown on a minute. So like clockwork, they can keep using Demon's Lasso to keep on getting these kills and get this Ember Spirit so grossly ahead. Now has the mini crit, and he has enough gold to grab the Daedalus, or the Demon Edge, rather. Demon Edge towards the Daedalus. Looks like that's going to be coming up soon in the llama. And there we go. Demon Edge now up. You may not have a buyback right now, but I don't really know if Beaver Knight can die right now either. Nighttime phase is going to be happening very shortly. This time it's going to be with a Night Stalker with Aghanims. With level 2 Darkness, he could actually pop it off right now. And no, it's 50 seconds. Never mind. Not yet. Soon. Pop it off soon. And then transition right into the natural nighttime phase. Gotta watch that clock as the Night Stalker. Gotta know when it's time to hunt. Razor also getting quite a lot of cash and income. BKB still at 9 seconds for him. Plate Mail now up. This seems like a reasonable game for either Shivas or AC. It doesn't seem like he needs to be going for one over the other. I generally like Assault Cuirass a little bit more in my Razors. But, you know, I can see the benefit of both this game. Minus attack speed on Tiny, minus attack speed on Legion Commander, hell yeah. But NLG, they're smoked up. They're going to run into one too many heroes because here comes the nighttime. Rise is not that healthy at this stage. And they will see up on the high ground before they see on the low ground. And there it is. They see Morsuka right now. They're going to chain him up, slow him down a little bit with the Eye of Scotty. He's going to have the Blade Mail, try to get out of there. Isolate's going to jump right in for the vacuum wall, only landing onto 2. Now Arrow's going to jump right in. Lasso both Excalibur and Spartan, keep them out of this fight while Isolated Relax is going to fall. The rest of the allies already down. Spartan's going to fall to 1 Sleight of Fist. And now the Tiny, he's going to get put to sleep. He does land a pretty nice Avalanche, tosses up a Rise, and will get the Razor kill in the end. That's the only kill they get. That Lasso, again, such a great counter to the IO Tiny. Since even though they relocate together, they don't really want to separate. They don't really want to separate more than 400 units because the IO needs to stay close to get the Glimmer Cape, get the tether, you know, get that healing going. But locking him out of the fight, and I mean, that was a pretty good wall vacuum from the Darkseer, but just not quite good enough. It's a 1 for 5 exchange. Look at the gold swing, 3,000 gold swing in favor of Monkey Freedom Fighters, 7,000 experience. You got the grip off there in the midst of that as well, and well, Venomancer gets his ultimate off. He's working on the Ags. But working on Ags means you don't have Ags. And, well, Beaver Knight just cutting through everyone, only dropping about a third of his HP pool. So right now, Milan may want to throw down these wards, but he's got to be careful because of the initiation range of the Ember Spirit. Now, the Ember Spirit's not going to want to jump forward with these Remnants, but still just Searing Chains after a Sleight of Fist. That's a hell of a lot of damage. Relax is arriving. Surge is there, but it's really the Tiny that Monkey Freedom Fighters are scared of. They'll back off. Another Lasso is available for Arrow. He's invis this time. Is there any detection here? Night Stalker didn't die, so he still has that gem. They're looking for a double lasso. You can bet. Oh, jump in. Double lasso. However, there is an avalanche first, and they will relocate the Tiny out. I'm not really sure if that answers my question, because I think he lassoed isolated, relax. But either way, you're good. They also used press the attack there, I think, so I'm not really sure what happened. Either way, as Bat Rider, if you can keep forcing out those types of plays by spending very little yourself, you're going to be good to go. BKB is almost up on him, so sooner or later, no Avalanche is going to interrupt his blink into pull.
Dire's top tower.
Tower in the mid lane did go down. That's tier 3 down in favor of Monkey Freedom Fighters. That's a pretty nice way to start. Tier 2 up towards top lane. Pretty good way to follow up, but Roshan for NLG is going to be attempted. Unfortunately for them, there's always going to be a lasso up. In 70 seconds, yeah, they should be able to crash it, or at least see what's going on in the meantime. Spartan Excalibur, gotta watch out for Beaver Knight. Jump in, duel immediately. Beaver Knight needs a little bit of help. He's doing a lot of damage to himself at this point. Wall gets dropped on him, but Beaver Knight wins the duel, gets some damage. They do kill off the Ember Spirit, but he's going to straight buy back into this game. Where's the lasso from Demon? Not quite up just yet. He's going to find an angle for it right about now. Force Staff, grabbing both of them. Spartan Excalibur not going anywhere. They're both going to follow. Beaver Knight has bought back, teleported him. They also have Relax in the backlines. They'll cut through him like a hot knife through butter and kill off 4 heroes in exchange for just 1. But not only that, they'll also guarantee the Roche unless hero moved from the Plague Ward. Milan is going to force staff in. No, too deep. Oh, Venomancer, no, gets killed by Roshan because Roshan decided to clap in celebration. I guess that could have been slightly worse for NLG, but still it can't really get that much worse. They get the Ember Spirit down once. They force out the buyback, but now he has Aegis, so he doesn't really care that he used buyback. They give him free damage, and free damage for Ember Spirit is bad, bad times. They lose 5 heroes, they gain only 1, they don't have the Aegis, they're gonna lose Raxes now, as Tiny does not have a buyback. This game is looking all but over. They're gonna take down mid, they're gonna take down top lane probably. Yeah, it's gonna be straight up towards top lane. Beaver Knight is doing so much damage at this point. Even after having bought back, he still has 1,600 in the bank. Assault Cuirass completed on a rise, I think. Yeah, that's completed. And Spartan, oh no, don't get too close to Morsuka. Don't, no, run away. You can save yourself if you go right now. They use press the attack, jump in from Excalibur. He bought backland, pretty nice avalanche toss, wall, vacuum. No, it's just the vacuum. Morsuka's gonna start dueling up against Arise, but again, I don't think he's gonna win this. In fact, Arise wins it, stealing damage from Excalibur all the while. Grabs a double kill. That's GG, well played. Milan's gonna get whipped down. One of the final casualties of war. Spartan gonna try to go for a kill on Yapzor. Will not get it because this is a Night Stalker we're talking about. And in a celebrationary move, they're gonna dive right into the fountain and right into the Ancient as it does explode. NLG are out of GameShow, guys. Monkey Freedom Fighters, after a spectacular tempo-based game, starting things off with the offensive tri-lane that NLG may not have been prepared for, riding that wave all the way to victory. 10-1-18 on Sing Sing, 10-2-18 on the Razor. But it was really the Bat Rider with 8-1-16 that carried the game. Or maybe, no, I'm not going to say that. That's not true. He had a large impact on the game, and it was glorious to watch. Guys, I'm Mikelorus. It's been my pleasure to cast these games for you today. We're not done just yet because Monkey Freedom Fighters, they're not out of the woods. They're going to have a future date with Danish Bears. That's going to be coming up right after we're done, as soon as possible, ideally. So be sure to stick around for that. And be sure to follow me on Twitter as well, at Mikelorus. It's on the screen right now. So if you can't read, well, you're shit out of luck. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be right back in just a little bit.